Okay, so this is looking at long distance thrust. The long distance thrust is a little bit weird in Pikiti because normally we don't thrust at long range. The danger on a thrust at long range is I stab him, he can either hit me or maybe he stabs me back, and it's not protective, right? This isn't stopping anything from coming at me with this. That's why usually we close behind slashes. If he's up in chamber, I close and then maybe I thrust. But typically we don't launch a thrust from long range because the chance of trading is too easy, right? Even if I stab him in the face, maybe he stabs back, maybe he swings back and we trade, and trading is not okay. Nobody won that. So if we look at the long distance thrust, and they want to come back to you just a little bit. The long distance thrust, go ahead and just put the weapon down. At its base is, I'm going to go offline. I don't want to thrust straight into him because we trade, right? And so instead, I'm going to go offline. So you're going to see me take this foot. I'm going to go to his outside, and really it's away from, if he's chambered here, I want to go this way. Just like if I was crashing to the outside with a slash, I would move the outside. Same thing, so on the basic thrust idea, I'm going to step off 45 degrees here. This is deep, and I'm going to thrust, okay? Why am I doing that? It's because it's a chamber up in a 1, so if I step here, I'm out of his line, and now I can thrust, okay? Geometrically, this is a little weird because I'm ducking low to go to a high target. So you're gonna have to get a little bit closer. If I hit a true 45, I can't reach, right? The lower I get, the farther away I get from my target. So I gotta sort of pick that magic line, so just hold the stick down. So, what line allows me to hit that target even when I'm deep from here? And again, I wanna go low here to get below the arc of whatever his main swing is gonna be. So based off of that, I'm picking a point right there that I want my foot to go. Now, I still don't want to just launch into this here, okay? My hand's exposed and everything as I go in here, so that's not okay. I'm picking this because I want this chamber, okay? I also may pick because I want this chamber here. So I may jab here and start threatening his hand, maybe trying to get a response, right? So I jab here, he cuts that out of the way, right? So I go here, parry the hit, right? So you drop that and you get that out of the way. This is not dedicated on my part. I am not committing to slashing this across to here. This is my jab here, trying to parry and annoy him to get to what's going on. And see that reaction right there? That low reference? That's pretty much what I'm looking for. Okay? If he goes to a high reference, he's just put me back in that same position where to retract the high. I can do this, but this trade is likely. What I really want is this, him to duck and tuck down to here. Okay, so if we get to here, now I see that's what I want here. So we come back out here, and there's my move. Annoy him here, boom, boom. Okay? He's chambered here. He can come forward with a thrust. He doesn't have a cut. I mean, he's not going to do this in time. The other thing is when I go offline, if I get this, I want to hit, and then I want to cover and drop that back down and cover me when I'm in there. So we're here, trying to get this response, right? And then I'll drop down and cover. And I'm deep, so I just want to keep going. I don't want to pose here. When I first learned this, it looked like this, like offline thrust. This is protecting the head again because of this other one, in case something happens here. Once I have another weapon, like a good parrying weapon over here, I don't like that. So I usually have this low, driving here, something over here just to cover me. And again, I don't want to stay here. I really want to keep going. I don't want to pose there. So that's the long distance thrust. Again, I really don't want to do this when he's in the backhand line, right? Because on this one, if it recovers the backhand line and I go, we're basically on opposite ends of the same angle. So I don't want to initiate it then. I'm really preferentially looking for this drop here. You'll see some systems that they'll cycle that back, right? But that initial point is still the same thing. Even though he's gonna wind up back here, that's fine. It's that draw that I'm looking for here. So over here, yeah, he cycles back up there. Here, right? And now, if that's a high reference, I'm gonna cover with my outside bound. Anyway, a couple setups on that one. I'll try to get some sparring footage, but that's the long distance thrust. Cool, thanks.